from Ford Field in Detroit. It's Week 13 of the NFL on EA Sports.
The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. No run back here on the opening kickoff as we'll start at the 25. So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. They'll be led out by a first-round pick back in 2021 from Ohio State. It's Justin Fields.
And no excitement unless you're on the defensive team of last week in his numbers, because the only excitement he really generated was the one interception he threw.
Yeah, no touchdown passes.
Yeah, and his team wasn't real thrilled about that. And they lost the game. So I know this week has been tough on him because he's been working hard. Fundamentals, footwork, finding the right targets. And bottom line, how do they get a win?
They'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave them with 2nd and a yard. And they'll run it. This is James Robinson. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1. Bad news, they didn't get it on 2nd down. The good news is they still only need about 3 or 4 inches here on 3rd.
And the good play callers have looked at both situations. They thought to themselves, okay, this call, I pick up the first down, already ready with that call. If I don't, this is what I'm going to come back with in order to pick it up.
And out across midfield down to the 45. Defense had a chance to get off the field here on the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important 3rd down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. On the run, it's Robinson. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. A check-in on the numbers last week for Robinson. 14 carries, 55 yards, and a touchdown.
10 touchdowns on the season for him, and I don't know whether these goals are written down. I don't know whether they're discussed amongst the team, but I do know this. Every guy who touches the ball as a ball carrier thinks 10 touchdowns is a nice round goal to try and reach in a season.
On 2nd down, it's Robinson. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. Now Fields. Going to throw right side here, complete. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And there's a work of art right there. Out of bounds is the 2-yard line. Was very fortunate there to get out of his end zone. He maybe got back to the 2-yard line. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. They'll try the left side. Butler. And he's going to get this up to the 24-yard line.
You know, I have to be really happy after that play. The offensive line, to be able to create space in that situation when everything's jammed in and everyone knows you're going to run it, that's a big-time play.
Yeah, because you're probably just thinking, hey, let's get to the 4 or 5 and get some breathing room, right?
That's all you're asking for. That's all your punter's asking for. Instead, he's not necessary now.
And that is incomplete.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Play action this time for Justin Herbert. He'll buy some time right. And he'll be pulled down as a penalty flag will rein in as well, and that would appear to be a face mask.
Face mask. Defense.
So that'll change things a bit. 15 yards added on. Going to put him on the other side of midfield.
And add on a shake of the head defensively because he got caught where his hand wasn't supposed to be, and that cost him 15 yards.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he stopped immediately there. DeJuan Smoot there to bring him down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold him to no gain.
Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. So pass interference the call. That's going to set him up with a 1st down.
And if it's a bang-bang play, maybe the flag stays in the official's pocket, but instead, he definitely impeded the receiver's right to catch the football. The official's letting the players know how the game's going to be called here in the 1st quarter.
And he'll work this forward for about... It's 2nd down. They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert. This is Butler making the catch. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on 1st down. The 22 is the line to gain here on 3rd down. Now a give right side. It's Butler. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the 1st. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stuffed them for almost no gain.
They snap it to Herbert. Herbert has it knocked free. And they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line. And the Lions have recovered. And hindsight 2020, I think they probably should have gone for the field goal, right?
The 3 points would look really good right now, but I think what we just saw there, analytics really starting to creep into the game because more and more teams are saying the more you go for it, the better your odds of getting it, the better your odds of scoring 6 points instead of 3. They took a chance there. It just didn't pay off.
Yeah, right here, the anti-analytics guys go thumbs up. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Following the fumble recovery, Fields trying to get it to Robinson, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Divine Diablo. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Now a give right side. Butler. And a pickup of about 4 down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line. Facing a 2nd and 6 from the 8. And he'll give it here to his running back. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. A couple extra tight ends in the formation here as they line up 3rd and 2. And to give this time to the tailback. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. A great effort there with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Packers have taken the early lead. On 3rd down and short and everything well executed, he not only gets the first down, Charles, he gets the touchdown as well.
And you see the defense commit to the run so often in these situations, but there's always that little bit of hesitancy, isn't there, partner? Thinking that they may play action you. They took advantage of that hesitancy and found their way into the end zone with a running play.
Extra point by Bass, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it results in a 4-yard touchdown run. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. And Detroit back in possession of the football. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. But also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. On 2nd down now, it's Robinson. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45.
Well, they use him a lot out of the backfield. He had 5 catches a week ago, and he makes another catch here for good yardage.
Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. Play action. It's Fields. That's into the hands of his tight end, Will Dissly. And bulldozing his way through. And finally out of bounds inside the 5 at the 4. A big play there for Detroit.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
After 7-0 on EA Sports. The Lions into the red zone for the first time. They've got a 1st and goal just inside the 5. Harris is in for a Lions touchdown. So it was the passing game that got him down here, but closer to the goal line, it's the running game that gets him home.
Certainly appears that they lulled the defense into thinking that the passing game was going to be it the entire drive. Nice change up there going to the running game to get him over the goal line.
Extra point right down the middle, and we are tied here in the 2nd quarter. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here.
Their dreams of an undefeated season shattered with the loss a week ago. Now, look, whenever an undefeated team goes down, you always hear some say, well, they needed that. I don't know, Charles. Is that a narrative that you buy into?
Well, I haven't met a coach yet that feels like they needed that loss. You know, that's not something that they're in favor of. But I do know this. People like us.
There he goes, right side. Touchdown, Packers. A big play there. His second touchdown on the season. And the Packers have taken the lead.
Extra point by Bass, up and good.
And that makes the score 14-7.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. Detroit's offense ready to take over.
And they'll be looking to build off of a nice drive last time, a drive that really relied on the quarterback.
Making good decisions, distributing the ball well, distributing it accurately, keeping it away from danger. A really nicely run drive.
But now the defense, what adjustments do they need to make in the passing game?
Pass rush, pass rush, pass rush. Whether it's the guys up front or maybe you bring additional guys, but you've got to disrupt the timing of them throwing the football.
We'll see if they can disrupt it here.
On second down, this is Harris. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. Good push up front, and that run in between the tackles.
Let's play the leverage game here. Offensive line just got lower than the defensive front, and they were able to get their pads on them and move them backwards and create space for their running back to roam.
The former ASU Sun Devil, Eno Benjamin with it.
And he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
Well, this is where reading defenses and practice time comes into play. You've got to know what you're running versus zone versus man and how to run the proper route. And they just executed that one pretty well.
Now a first down carry for Harris.
And he'll be brought down just outside of the 30. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
Harris going to get it again on 2nd down.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. Now the Lions, they send out the field goal unit here. It'll be a 47-yard attempt from the left hash. And his kick is indeed good. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. So a good kick there. They put the bow tie on it with 3 points.
And let's face it, everybody wants a touchdown. We know that. But in the NFL, defenses are awfully good. You're not going to score each and every time. Be able to knock the ball through the post and take the throw.
By the way, I said bow tie. I meant just bow. Not the tie, but yeah.
Either way.
You got it.
I just went right past it.
The Packers ready to take over offensively.
And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Right back to him on first down. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
On 2nd and 9, Herbert. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
It's nothing like pressure to affect the accuracy and the timing of a guy trying to throw the football. And on that play, they ended up flushing him to his left, contacted him as he's trying to throw the football, and that led to the incompletion.
Here's Herbert. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. Romeo Okwara make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest ones, maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
Here we go on 4th. Herbert.
Oh, looking for Waddle, but it's intercepted.
Picked off by Micah Hyde. And they will finally get him down as he's all the way to the 36-yard line. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10.
Fields now to throw.
That's complete to Disley, the tight end. His 2nd catch. This one not quite as dynamic as his first, and it's 2nd down.
Here's Fields.
And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. They haven't made much of this great starting field position they had. Here's 3rd and 6.
To throw is Fields.
He finds Corey Davis.
And he is going to have a Lions first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL.
Now a first down throw, Fields.
It's complete. He dials up Davis once more. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. It's another 10 yards on that one and another first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Yeah, he's got it. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
Here's 2nd and 2 now from the 3. To the air again, Fields.
And they're going to get to him, a sack. Sacked back at the 9-yard line. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up 3rd.
Well, remember, he had the interception earlier. Now he adds the sack. He's really making his presence felt out there.
Oh, he is putting together a heck of a game. In fact, he's going to bump these plays to his highlight reel. Okay, so when he wants to show it off later on, look what I did out there, guys. And this offense, they've got to start paying him a little special attention. He's like a good basketball player, putting stats in every column.
And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. And for the second time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And his kick is good. And the lead is down to 1 now at 14-13. A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens, because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
Justin Herbert leading this unit out for their next possession.
He's got the lead here in the second quarter. He's thrown the touchdown, but also an interception. As a quarterback, does that interception, even though you're playing while your team's got the lead, does that always stick in the back of your mind a little bit?
For the best ones, it just upsets them that they did that, because they don't think there should be any blemishes on their record. They think that they're way better than that. So your confidence gets tested a little bit. Being able to go back out there, maybe throw another touchdown, that'll tamp that down in a big way.
Yeah, he's looked pretty good to this point.
Meanwhile, Herbert's throw is taken in by Waddle.
The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. From the gun, Herbert on 3rd down.
And that is incomplete. Oh, he did everything but hold on to it. But a nice play defensively, and now it brings up 4th down. And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away.
This is taken at the 18, and he'll be out of bounds at the 25-yard line. And call that an even 50 yards on the punt with 7 on the return. And the Lions will take over. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the second quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call it in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Yeah. Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people, after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore, or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball in some space in some different ways here.
A final shot before the break. Fields.
And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime. So it's the Packers set to receive the kick. They've got the lead as well as we are underway in the 3rd quarter.
Taken in at the 3. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
And, Charles, they've got the lead. I would imagine the overall halftime tone was a positive one, but what do you think the talking points were in the locker room?
Well, if there were 3 talking points at the half, partner, all of them were about turnovers because they were pretty loose with the ball. Otherwise, this lead could be even bigger. Now, I don't think that they overly harped on it, but I think they told him, guys, if you want to keep calling those plays that are exciting, you've got to take care of the ball. Otherwise, we may have to dial things back a little bit.
61 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. Herbert wants to throw it on 3rd and 1. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he's got enough for the first across midfield to the 48. And quickly they get to the line. Herbert on first down now. That's caught by his tight end, Kylen Granson. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Here's Herbert. Throw going to be caught left side here by Granson. And the offense moving quickly to the line. Herbert operating from the red zone. Dancing to his left. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on first down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. They're going to hurry back to the line now. Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And a nice pickup there as he'll take it from the 10 down to the 5-yard line. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They'll try the left side. It's Butler. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
On 3rd down, Kidd. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. A great play there. With a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year.
And the Packers take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point by Bass, up and good.
And the lead is up to 8. That one in the books as a 12-play drive. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25.
So we get a look at the Lions offense as they get ready for their first possession of the 2nd half. They'll start on the ground with Harris. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
2nd down and 8. Now here's another carry for Harris. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time. Not the start to the drive they were hoping for. That run doesn't get them much at all.
No, not at all. And that leaves them with 3rd and long, which means you got to dial up something pretty good. Think your best player with a play that he likes to run best.
Throwing on 3rd down, Fields.
He gets it complete to Harris. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. They call it a loss of a yard there. And that'll bring up 4th down.
The idea of the screen pass is to fool the defense in a big way and create a big play.
They weren't fooled.
Not 1 second, not 1 bit. How about them figuring it out, diagnosing it, and spilling it for lost yardage?
And taken right on the 30. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And it'll be Packer football here, 1st down and 10.
The Green Bay offense ready to take over.
And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
So good field position for the Packers as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 46. They'll try the left side. It's Butler, and he's going to get it across the midfield stripe into Lion territory. And now they're in the hurry-up. They'll keep it on the ground. Butler, and he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41.
86 yards rushing for him here as he starts to close in now on 1,200 yards for the season.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a 1st down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
They'll run on 1st down. Kidd. And he'll take it inside the 40 to the 39-yard line. The tackle is made by Micah Hyde. They'll try the air now with Herbert. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. So the completion good for just 3. And they're going to face a 3rd down. Herbert now. He finds his man, complete. It's Gray.
And he is going to have the Packers 1st down by about a yard as they find a way to convert there on 3rd down and 5.
Now a handoff here to his running back. Heck of a broken tackle and able to work this down near the 23. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. They'll keep it on the ground. Kidd. And down inside the 15 he goes.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Hands it off out of the gun.
And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags.
Face mask. Defense.
Well, I guess that's one way to slow him down, try to grab him by the face mask.
Well, nothing else seems to have worked because he certainly had his way running the football in this one.
And he'll run on the inside handoff.
And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. One quarter remains here on a Sunday night.
This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. They'll keep it on the ground. Butler. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
And now 3rd and goal coming up, the loss on 2nd down. That just means this crowd's going to get even louder, and they'll get a little bit of extra help from the defenders as they exhort them to join them in the effort.
And now can they reverse the trend on 3rd and goal with the last 2 plays having gone backwards? And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. And no hesitation about this decision here. Confidently, they're going to go for this. 4th and goal from the 3.
This is a long drive offensively. Wouldn't you hate to end this with just 3 points?
Doesn't it feel like during a ball game you have certain narratives going on and there's certain drives that seem to take on just a bit more importance than others?
And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown of the night.
And the Packers look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. Extra point by Bass, up and good.
And the lead is up to 15 now.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line.
And Detroit getting set to go now. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
To throw again on 2nd down.
Fields. He'll get this to his running back, Benjamin.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
Good yardage on the completion there. When they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
So he'll be stopped here for no gain. And that'll make it 2nd and 10. 4th quarter, every drive's so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the 2nd touchdown. You got the 1st one for the 2nd one to even matter.
Fields throwing again.
Looking right sideline, that's complete. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
On 1st down, Benjamin. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line.
In need of only about the length of the football here on 2nd down. Fields.
It's caught by Davis.
A
correct me if I'm wrong, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
And he's going to get about 4 down inside the 10 to the 9.
Now a 2nd down and 6. Now it's Fields. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
Down near the goal line, things really get physical. You're always anticipating a running play, but when they do throw it, things happen quickly. A little bit of a bang-bang play there that falls incomplete.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. A great play there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Lions are able to draw a bit closer. Point after, right down the middle. As this gets them back within a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
Now trotting out there, the Packers getting ready to go.
Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10. From the gun, he'll hand this off.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
106 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they turn to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Rashaan Evans out of Alabama had the tackle defensively. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield.
And this is an absolutely big 3rd down that's been set up here, partner, and there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Has to. You said big 3rd down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here. The Packers on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This time they face a 3rd and 2. They'll keep it on the ground. Kidd. And he's going to be met behind the line of scrimmage and taken down. And a penalty flag is going to come out on top of it. So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Now whistles here, flag down. I think one of the Packer linemen was moving. The crowd's not doing that O-line any favors.
Home field advantage is really kicking in, making it very difficult for them to hear the snap count.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it. And they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line. So now the Lions down by 8. 2 minutes, 30 seconds to play. Needing to go pretty much the length of the football field as they have it 1st and 10.
On 1st down, it's Fields.
That's brought in by Davis over the middle. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. A big play there on the catch and run.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. And that's good for a gain of 6, and it's a 2nd down. The Lions need to move. They're hustling to the line now. Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. 1st down now, but the clock continues to move. Back to throw. That's caught by Galladay. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. They'll look to throw. Benjamin with it over the middle. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Umpire threw the flag, usually always indicates holding, and that's what we've got.
And you know, depending on their positioning, where you are on the field, the umpires get different responsibilities, but always, always making sure no one's holding.
Going right back to Galladay. Field's going to hurry his guys to the line.
He's back to throw. Short throw to Disley. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. Back to throw. And this is caught. He's got it for a touchdown. And now in the final seconds, it's all going to come down to a 2-point conversion.
The touchdown's massive, but now they've got to have 2 to possibly take this to overtime.
The late touchdown was only half the battle. Now they need the 2-point conversion to tie the ball game. They'll try and throw for it. And he will. Get in. The 2-point conversion is good, and we may be on our way to overtime. Everything was riding on that 2-point conversion, and they got it.
They got it. They now have the momentum. Time really dwindling in this game. Now their big deal is make sure they get a good kickoff and don't give up anything big on the defensive end.
And he returns this to the 22.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. A tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk-reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out, get to overtime, and try and win it there.
All right, we'll see if they do just that.
And that throw there going to put him over 4,000 yards passing now for the season, maybe strengthening his MVP consideration.
And you figure with still a handful of games left to play, 5,000 yards is not totally out of the realm of possibility. The way he is playing, I think he's going to get there.
And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
Herbert to throw. This will be caught. It's Waddle. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Final whistle blows, and we need some extra time here to decide who will be the winner. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. And no return here to begin the overtime session. That'll be a touchback. The Lions offense set to take over.
They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
As we said, they control their own destiny now. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and turn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Back to throw. Fields.
Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
Here's Fields.
The broken tackle, but couldn't create much space. Down just beyond the 35. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down.
Now Fields.
And a nice job there defensively. They get him to the ground short of the 1st, right around the 42. 5 yards that time out of the scramble. But now they're looking at a 4th down situation. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. This will be fielded at the 17. There will be 37 yards there on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs.
Another drive coming up for this Packers offense.
Their defense did its job, got the stop. All they need is 3, and this is over.
Couldn't have done much else other than score themselves and end it. But they turned it back over to him, and now all they need is a field goal to win the game. An excellent job by the defense. Can the offense finish things off?
Yeah, part 1 is done, now part 2. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. They'll run on 1st down. Kidd. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. DeJuan Smoot with a tackle. Herbert off of play action.
To the right side and into the hands of the tight end, Granson.
Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days. But you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
Back-to-back completions, and that puts them in enemy territory.
And we're always looking for that elusive term momentum, aren't we? And I think they're building it with the back-to-back completions. Now they feel like they can either take a shot or continue to build it the way that they're doing now. Safe throws, get it to their playmakers, and see what happens.
42 yards rushing for him now as he is just trying to will his guys to an overtime victory. They'll keep it on the ground. Kidd. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. And to give this time to the tailback. And a 5-yard gain as he's down inside the 30 to the 28-yard line.
Hey, when you get good yardage like that on 1st down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
On 2nd down, Kidd down right around the 25. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down? Now a handoff here to his running back. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. And I know you, with every carry, especially in overtime, you're just saying, if you're that ball carrier, hold on to the football.
Hold on to it, protect it, but not necessarily settling, because you're trying to get to the end zone. You're trying to end the game right here. And I know the defensive guys poking, clawing, raking, trying to knock the ball free and protect their end zone.
Yeah, like you alluded to, especially this part of the field. It's another 10 yards on that one and another 1st down. They've had some success here in overtime on this opening drive running the football. Right back to that well.
And why not? When you have that kind of success, make them stop you, and until they do, keep going back to that well you just spoke about. I think there's more water there and available to them.
Now the timeout comes here in the waning seconds of this overtime as we could be set up at long last for a potential game winner. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. Now the timeout comes here in the waning seconds of this overtime as we could be set up at long last for a potential game winner. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And he got it. The kick is good in overtime. He's able to split the uprights. And with that, they will move out in front by 3. Well, I know at points of this when you wanted to close your eyes because of all the points that were being put on the scoreboard. You're a defensive guy, but it was a fun little track meet, wasn't it?
It was, and you know the people really enjoyed this game? They're the ones that like going to batting practice at the Major League Baseball parks, right? Seeing the 14-11 game, that sort of deal. That's right up their alley with what we saw in this one.
So for the Packers, they continue to keep pace for that first-round bye as they move to 11-1. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the Minnesota Vikings. Meanwhile, for the Lions, it's going to all but eliminate them from the playoff picture as they fall to 5-8. And they'll get the extra week to think about this one as they return to action in 2 weeks' time. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.